can please take your seats so we can start the penultimate session of Congress. We still have some people missing.
Good afternoon. We can start. First of all, I would like to inform you that IOC President, he called me and he sends all his best wishes. And then I give the floor to our Secretary General.
Thank you, President. We are now going to talk about future events. For your information, before we start with the actual presentations, I would like to give you an update of where we are with certain events since we had a very productive meeting on Friday of our executive board and awarded several new events. I can tell you that for 2020, our World Cup stages will be in Guatemala, Shanghai, and Berlin. Berlin being the final qualifier for the Tokyo Olympic Games. We also have decided to add Sydney to the Indoor World Cup Series because it was missing a bit that we had an indoor event in Oceania. So we wanted to make sure that Australia, New Zealand, Tonga, Fiji, and all of the other islands are also very much able to participate in the Indoor World Series. So we thank Australia for putting on the Indoor World Cup Series. On that matter, I also had confirmation from Ala Gabor that the Egyptian stage proceeding in Cairo will not happen this winter, but next winter we will have also Africa joining the Indoor World Cup Series, making it really and taking place in all of our continents, which is a very good sign for the World Series. We also awarded the Para World Championships 2023 to Pilsen in the Czech Republic. Pilsen has done a very successful European Championships recently. Berlin will host the World Archery Championships that will be the qualifier for the Paris Games. We will also have world stages in Paris 21, 22 and 23, where 23 will be using the venue for the finals of Paris 2024 Games. We also have awarded the 2021 World 3D Championships to Terni in Italy. We have a letter of intent, and they have confirmed that they will supply by the end of the month the bid for World Championships Para 2021 in Dubai. So as you see, many events are being filled up. We will do on others later on this year. There is some formalities to finalize some, and we will have an announcement in a few moments of another World Championship that has been awarded this morning by the Executive Board, and that we will have a presenter speaking about later on today. Having said that, we're going to go in the very near future to Madrid to the Spanish capital for our next youth championships, and I invite the Spanish delegation, I think it's Rifat Shabuk, who will address us to talk all about the Madrid World Championships as such.
Step up? Yeah, why not? So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear President, dear executive members. As Tom said, we are hosting next August 2019 the World Youth Archery Championships in Madrid. We were looking for long hosting a World Champion event, a World Archery event in Spain. So the Youth Championship was a good chance to have it. We are really happy because at least the preliminary entries showed a great interest of all World Archery members. If I'm not wrong, we are over the registration numbers of Rosario 2017, which was Young Games quota tournament. So very happy of getting all the confidence from all the countries. We had 59 countries registered at that time, and this morning we have received an entry form from Uzbekistan, so welcome Uzbekistan. Remember booking the accommodation as soon as possible. But as I always say, an image talks louder than my words. So we have prepared in just a week time a video, a short presentation, 2 minutes video, so please enjoy it. So short, but I think useful one. Here Dan, I have the poster we are using for the championship, and today we have just presented the logo, the final logo of the championship. So I hope you all liked it. As I said, we are bringing future stars to the future, and we are very happy that a few days ago, in Antalya, one of our junior archers, Elia Canales, together with Miguel Alvariño, got the gold in the recurve mixed team event. So even for Spain, we are also glad to have great archers also fighting with the best, and they will be all present in Madrid. So now it's your turn in case you have any questions. During Friday and Saturday, we had some teams asking for whatever questions, so feel free. If not now, we are leaving tomorrow morning, so we are at your disposal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rifat. So, as he said, are there any questions? Seems to be all okay. So we look forward to seeing many of you in Madrid. Just to make things clear, Madrid in August tends to be quite hot. Okay? So the competition schedule is adapted to the temperature. So when you discuss with your coaches or your athletes, be aware that the days will finish late, because there will have to be a quite substantial lunch break to make sure that the athletes remain safe, as well as the volunteers and the coaches. It will also be a good practice for Tokyo, where it also will be very hot. So the big difference is in Madrid, we have very long days, which is not the case in Tokyo. So just to make sure, please make your people aware that it's going to be hot and that it's going to be very long days as a result, to make sure that everyone is safe. Having said that, we can go to the next, and it will be the presentation of Yankton, and I give the floor to Bruce, the chair of the president of the NFA Foundation, and he will have a lot to tell, and he will have a surprise for you.
First of all, thank you, President, Secretary General, Executive Board members, and friends in archery. Do you want me to make the announcement first? I think that's your job, isn't it? Why don't you make that announcement, then I'll give a little presentation.
Okay. It's always the fun part with Bruce. It's always unexpected. So Bruce came to us a few ago and said, well, I have organized the youth, I've organized the indoor, I will organize next year the field. Why don't I do the other one? So he came with a bid. Our event director looked at the bid and can officially announce that the 2021 World Archery Championship will be in Yankton, USA.
Okay. First of all, I thank you all, and I invite you. Why isn't this on, Chris? There we go. For those of you that haven't been in Yankton, we're having the World Field next year in 20, and you can see our logo that we've designed there. I'll give you just a little bit of an overview of what Yankton is like and what the Middle States is like. We're a very big recreation area on the Missouri River. The Missouri River runs all the way through the United States and kind of separates the country. It goes all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. As you can see, there's a lot of leisure time sports, boating, recreation thing. The date for the 2020 is the 15th through the September, and the date I believe we chose, Mr. Secretary, the 6th through the 15th for the 2021, correct? Yeah, so it's about the same time period. There's the date again. We are hosting this at our archery center, which our official name is the NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center. Also, we'll have field ranges at our Lewis and Clark Lake, so we'll have two different locations. The courses are quite different in topography, and it should work good for the field. The community is small. We have approximately 20,000 people that live there, and we grow to much as 200,000 in the summertime. Summer being, we have our Memorial Day to Labor Day, which is the whole summer through the end of September. Also, September is our best month for weather. Those of you that have been to the World Indoor in Yankton, you've seen all of our weather. We have snow, we have in your temperature 40 degrees and 100% humidity, and we have everything in between. It's a very small town, as I mentioned. It's quiet, it's on the Missouri River. We have a lot of recreational activity you can do, of which archery in the recent years has become our mainstream sports. Our foundation is a charitable foundation that basically its mission statement is to grow funds to build archery ranges. That's what we were starting for. We also do our scholarships, we do bow hunting education, hunting programs, and then we have a museum in our headquarters. We own and operate the center. The center hosts, or the foundation hosts annually the thing that you all know, which is Vegas Shoot. The Las Vegas Shoot is our biggest tournament. It's obviously one of the biggest in the world, and it creates a lot of our funds to operate, from what you see on there, our scholarships through our different programming. Some of the events that we've hosted, there's just a list of them. We did several of the World Archery events and the IFA events also. We are the largest archery center in the world. Juan Carlos, we're not the most expensive, but we are the largest. Our main building, we actually have two 90-meter indoor ranges that convert to 18-meter or 20-yard ranges. We're 75,000 square feet. I guess in meters, that's 7,000. We have our national headquarters there. We have classrooms. We have several different facilities. The disciplines of archery, we've got the indoor range, of course. We have two Olympic FIDA fields. And I believe, Chris Marsh will correct me, but I think we can have 78 or 80 targets on each field. Then we also have two practice fields. The 28 target field ranges, we have 4 of those that are permanently set up, and then we have 2 permanent 3D ranges. Hotels, we've got 2 that are basically connected, and we've got a campground that we are the owners of that's right next door too. What did I do? Did I miss the video? Is that what I did? Are you telling me to stop? You're doing this now. I'm not even touching anything. I'm going to prove I'm not touching anything. While they're getting that, we've got a video that we did that World Archery helped us on the 2018 World Indoor, and Mr. Wells compiled a bunch of our footage, and it is really awesome, and I think that's what he's trying to get to play right now. Welcome to the NFA Easton Archery Center in Yankton, South Dakota, the world's largest archery center. I'm Bruce Cole, president of the NFA Foundation. Come see what we have to offer. At the NFA Easton Archery Center, we have 70,000 square feet of indoor shooting. It makes into 90-meter ranges or 118-meter ranges. So we've got quite the versatility here. Outdoors, we have 2 Olympic fields, and we have 3 field ranges, one with 2 3D ranges. So we really have everything there is for all the different disciplines. And we cover about 140 acres of land right in the city limits of Yankton, South Dakota.
I come to shoot at the NFAA headquarters here in Yankton, South Dakota at the Easton facility because it is one of the finest facilities in the world. This is one of the finest facilities I've shot at. They have a beautiful, beautiful indoor range. I mean, we're hosting the Indoor World Championships here. Yankton has a lot of volunteers that have really come out to help make their events spectacular. The community really steps up to help make these events special. This is a great place to come and shoot archery.
We, in the last 10 years, have averaged about 50,000 visitors. What we try to do is to have 1 or 2 major archery events a year, and those would either be our national championships or like world championships. And then we have multiple city events, state events, and other type of archery and outdoor events. We're a center here that's a multi-use, not just sports, but all sorts of community events, and the community is able to come here and utilize the space for many things outside of just archery. It's one of the biggest things that's come to this area, and the people love it, and it's a great economic development tool, as well as a great sporting venue. At the NFA Easton Archery Center, we've hosted events for archery from local, regional, state, national, all the way up to world tournaments. We'd like to have you come check us out here at the NFA Easton Archery Center in Yankton, South Dakota. Okay, here where we're holding the World Field, we'll do the World Field first. Again, it's Lewis and Clark is the name of it, the recreation area. It's a large, close to 1,000-acre rolling hills, and if you notice, we've got one video, but there's pictures, as you'll see. A lot of the European countries I know like the big up and down rolling hills, and I can tell you that we have something just for you. We also have more flat ranges that we can use for eliminations, that type of thing, but we've got a great area and it's very, very close proximity. You guess, and you'll see the type of terrain it is. Okay, if you noticed in that video, those of you that know your geography of the United States, you saw Nebraska on there. One of the highlights that we're going to have, the finals venue, we will be shooting from one state, and targets will be in another state. And it will be on top of a bridge that was built and is actually so old now that it can't be driven on, but it's a two-layer bridge that used to open for the steamships that would come through on the Missouri. So we've got kind of a neat finals venue for that. That's going to be exciting. Just some highlights. Transportation. One of the things that we use public school buses on site in the community. Worked out very well. A great partnership that we have with the schools. We have 3 airports. When you get your bid package, or when you see all the transportation information, you'll see that we have 3 choices for airports. One of them's an hour, one's a little over an hour, and one's about 2 hours driving distance. And then, of course, we have buses for that. And then inside the city, we'll use regular buses. And I just covered that. The hotels, the community being very small, everything very close proximity, so there's not a lot of time wasted driving. Once again, there's the same thing. We use volunteers very, very heavily. In 2015 for our Youth World Championship, we had 890 volunteers. And it was a great thing. It really brought our community together, and it really helped the entire event. The hotel you can see on the map there, the entire area doesn't cover more than 10 miles, so everything's very close. About 10-minute drive, 20 to some of the ones out by the lake. Our weather, I guess they're in your temperature too. 60 to 80 is what our average temperatures are in the month of September, and one of our, like I said, most beautiful months. Questions for anybody? One thing I'll tell you, you all have one of these. Just so you know, this thing is a magnet. It's not a sticker. So you can take those off and you can put them on your refrigerators or whatever you'd like to do with them. Once again, thank you. We look forward to a great trip for another couple of events. And if you have any questions, all good.
Thank you, Bruce. Any questions for 2020? No? Thank you very much. Just one clarification. So, yes, we are already confirmed with Bruce the 2021 World Archery Championships. However, at the moment, it is not clear yet what will happen with the Congress. Based on the motion we passed yesterday, Bruce is ready to do the Congress, but we also want to offer the possibility to the World Cup final. So we will vote with Bruce, as also for Germany with Berlin, have the continuation of the discussion of will the Congress will be held at the World Championships or at the World Cup final in 21 and 23. We will keep you, of course, informed on this, and as soon as the decision is made, we will inform you. And like I said, both Yankton and Berlin are ready to host the Congress, but we will let it open if we have bids for the World Cup final with the Congress, and then make a final decision in our board. We can then go to the next presentation, which will be a video presentation. We will not have the President of Guatemala come on the stage, but we will have a quick video showing you the Guatemala World Cup, which will be a new World Cup stage in Central America. So basically, after we've been to Salt Lake, Medellin this year, next year, and hopefully the 2 years after as well, we will go to Guatemala for a World Cup stage. So if we can have the video, please.
Guatemala, un país de experiencias, de arte, desarrollo constante y riqueza cultural, de belleza natural, de gente apasionada, que siempre te recibe con los brazos abiertos y te aloja en un país de gran corazón. Eso y más es Guatemala. Nuestra ciudad cosmopolita te ofrece una asombrosa cultura y arquitectura moderna, hoteles exclusivos, centros comerciales y diversidad de atracciones. Guatemala cuenta con toda la capacidad para la realización de eventos de talla mundial. Y la Asociación Nacional de Tiro con Arco de Guatemala lo ha demostrado con la exitosa organización de campeonatos internacionales, como los rankings mundiales realizados del 2011 al 2018. Hoy celebramos una nueva aventura, un nuevo reto, la realización de 3 Copas del Mundo en nuestro país. Estamos listos para afrontar el compromiso, porque el trabajo en equipo es nuestra fortaleza y siempre da buenos resultados. Contamos con la experiencia y el apoyo interinstitucional para alcanzar todos nuestros objetivos. La familia de Tiro con Arco guatemalteco les da la bienvenida a nuestro país y juntos haremos de estos eventos una experiencia inolvidable.
Thank you very much, and good luck to our friends from Guatemala. Will be the first World Cup next year, so it will be the start of the Olympic season 2020. So before I give the floor to the President, who can announce again very pleasant news to you, outside on the board there is the departure information for the delegates, and we ask you to check it as such, and if there is any mistake or any change required, then you can do so as soon as possible, or when we go at 5 o'clock to the venue to look at it then with the organizing committee. Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. My dear friends, I think after having a workshop session again, maybe you are a little bit tired and you need a short coffee break. Now we have maximum 15 minutes, please. A short coffee break now. can finally we reached to the final part of our session, important part, our awards. Our Secretary General will again this part of our Congress. Tom.
Thank you, President. We have several awards we want to and for the first part, I will actually give the floor to our chair of our Gender Equity Committee, Evelyn Papadopoulou, for the Women in Sport Awards for this.
Hello, everyone. It's time to remind you that it's a very an issue to have gender equality in our sport and our member associations. As you know, in each World Congress, Gender Equity Committee Awards are given to women for their contribution and remarkable services to archery. 2019 Women in Archery Family Award will be awarded to Ms. Guo Bei, China. Guo Bei is a role model of excellence in sport and an advocate for gender equality. A champion athlete, successful coach for 11 years, and respected international archery judge for 20 years, her illuminating career exemplifies women's advanced sports. Guo Bei has been appointed to a number of administrative positions in the Sports Bureau of Shanghai Municipal Government. Special attention to youth participating in sports nationwide and promoting traditional Chinese archery with a great success. Guo Bei is currently Chinese Archery Association Executive Board member. Ms. Bei has served as technical official in numerous international events, and we are very proud that she is the technical delegate for Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Unfortunately, Ms. Gay is not here, so I would like someone from the Chinese Federation to receive her award. Please, a big applause to Ms. Guo Bei.
If we can ask the Secretary General or our new board member to come and collect on behalf of Guo Bei the award.
Maybe here.
Thank you.
The Member Associations and Female Athletes Award is the member associations with the biggest number of female athletes participation in their World Cup stages in addition of the 2 years prior every World Archery Congress. The 2019 Member Association Female Athletes Award for the biggest number of female athletes in the 4th World Cup stages in addition of 2017 and 2018 is given to the following member associations for achieving almost equal participation of female and male athletes. Please welcome, first place, United States of America, with 65 female athlete participations. This means full participation in every World Cup of 8 women, female athletes. Second place, India, with 59 female athletes.
Congratulations.
third place, we have equal results. Third place is Russia and Chinese Taipei, with 56 female athletes participants. Please, Russia and Chinese Taipei. Vladimir.
Thank you.
You can be together for a photo together where you are all the third place.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for supporting female participation in our events. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. And okay, we've also, as we do every year, nominated some people for the IOC Women in Sport Award. So far, we've only received, I would say, thanks for putting people forward. So we hope that this year will be more successful. But we think that it's important that every time we promote one of the active people in our sport, and we hope that one time we'll also have an IOC Women in Sport trophy. Okay, I'll now move to the lecture for the next steps. So the next type of awards we will give are what is called the Nations Ranking for the World Cup. This is a trophy that awards the country that has won most points on individual, mixed team and team in all of our World Cups. Now for 2017 we did it already in Mexico, so we will only award 18 because 19 isn't finished yet. We will finish it in Berlin in a few weeks. So in the third place with 490 points, this is the accumulation of all the points over team, mixed team and individual, the United States of America. And if we can ask the three recipients to stay here, so then we can have a group photo at the end. In second spot with 557 points, Chinese Taipei. And in first place, surprise, surprise, Republic of Korea with 779 points. So the message, if you make the correlation between the previous awards and this award, is if you want to beat Korea, bring women to your event, to the events.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Group photo.
Group photo. Yes, group photo.
You want me to get over? Oh.
since, as we always want to do gender balance, we will now honor 2 women and 2 men that have decided not to run for a position anymore, but have served us for quite some time. We first start with Carol Hicks, which I asked to come forward, who was for many years the chair of our para committee, also has been World Archery Oceania president, and many, many, many other functions, which I'm not going to list because otherwise we're here till tomorrow. So, Carol.
Thank you so much for your great contribution to the event.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's been a privilege to work with you. Thank you.
I could say unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, but it's probably not true. All I can say is that 30 or whatever it is years that I've been involved with archery, it has been a privilege, a pleasure, and the thing that I find most important of all is that for most of us in this room and most of the people that we meet on the competition fields, be it para or able-bodied, they are volunteers. And volunteers are the lifeblood of World Archery. Without them, we die. So give everything you can to support your volunteers. Thank you for the privilege of serving World Archery.
And I forgot to mention Carol, he was one of our volunteers of the year. Okay, the next person, unfortunately, is not here, is our vice president that has also decided not to run again, Philippe from France, but we'll ask the French president and newly elected board member to take a gift on behalf of Philippe. The next, and like I said, men, women. The next person we would like to thank is our athletes committee chair, was on our board for the last 8 years as the athletes representative. We run a nearly successful campaign as well to get on the IOC athletes committee in 2012. We are, I would say, sad that Victoria is leaving us on the board, but we're sure that through her coaching career we might see her in the future on the field play as well. So Victoria, many thanks for your contribution to the executive board and for the athletes.
Thank you, the Executive Board, the President, the General Secretary, delegates. Thank you for development of your federations. Please protect about your athletes, because athletes are a key person. They do sport. And of course, thank you for everybody and for all of you that I was and I want to stay a part of this big archery family. Thank you.
And then the last person we want to honor and honor in a special way as well. He's been elected in the 2003 Congress in New York. Not many of you were in this hall in New York. So he's been with us for years. He helped us really to develop the sport in China. Under his presidency, China beat Korea in Beijing in the women, individual. Doesn't happen every day. We've seen many events go to China in recent years. Shanghai World Cup will continue up to 2024 based on the decision of last Friday. I would say, we say of course that thanks to archery, he's now the Deputy Minister of Sport of China. He's committed to us very much, both in Shanghai this week as well, that yes, his role is no longer directly with archery, but he will always be part of the archery family. And if you agree, we propose that he's become an honorary executive board member, Mr. Gao Zidan of China.
Thank you very much. We are together for 16 years. You will be in this family.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Tom. In the last 20 years, I worked for archery. I'm very proud, and I show the great development and great development of the world archery, and not only in Chinese but also in all over the world. Thanks by the leadership by our president, and thank you all the friends. Although I'm not working in the Archery Federation, but I will do anything, do my best for archery. I'm your member of World Archery. Thank you again. Welcome to China again. Thank you.
We wish all the best for our friends. Now we move on our agenda item 21 again. Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. I would like to invite our young but very capable team, Tokyo team, Yuko and her friends.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, board members, and archery family. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to give you a progress report for Tokyo 2020. I am Yuko, archery sports manager for Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Today's agenda is as follows. Starting with key date information, Ready Steady Tokyo Archery Test Event will start next month, 11th July. The 32nd Olympiad will begin the 24th July 2020 with the opening ceremony day and also our ranking round day. 16th Summer Paralympic Games will begin from 28th August 2020. Ready Steady Tokyo Test Event. Official arrival day is 10th of July. 11th will be the official practice, equipment inspection, and team managers meeting. Official departure day is 19th. Thank you to those of you who registered to this event. Ranking round competition field will be the same as for the games. I will go into more details on our venue later. Competition schedule for the test event is as follows. Notice there will be no we will have the new mixed team event for testing, as it is a new event for Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. There will be wheelchair para-archers participating at this event to test the venue's accessibility, as the venue is for both Olympic and Paralympic Games. Competition schedule for Olympic Games. After ranking round, we will start with new mixed team event, followed by the team events, then individual event. There will be athlete familiarization before official practice. Paralympic competition schedule. After ranking, we'll begin with the compound and do one competition. 2nd September will be the transition day from 50 meters to 70 meters for the start of the recurve competition from 3rd of September. The Olympic Paralympic Village is located about 60 kilometers away from Narita International Airport and about 10 kilometers from Haneda International Airport. This illustrates the overview of the Olympic Paralympic Village. The village will open on 14th July 2020 for Olympic Games and 18th August 2020 for Paralympic Games. The construction village is on schedule and will be finished by the end of this year. According to the research of our transportation functional area, distances between village and venue is about 15 kilometers using the toll road, lead to maximum of 30 minutes by car. There will be priority lane with level demand management needs. This is the video created by IOC about Tokyo 2020. Ticketing, our authorized ticket reseller has been announced. Please check our website. You will need to register to purchase ticket. We have now 7.5 million registrations. Ticket sales will be launching of 2022 worldwide customers. For athlete family friends, the program will be provided from Tokyo 2020 to NOCs, and NOCs will directly give information to competing athletes. More information will be given at the chef meeting this summer. Tokyo 2020 will have more information coming up, so please visit and check our website. Please see the video introducing the legacy venue. The name of the venue is Yumenoshima Park Archery Field. Located in this island with trees around, athlete shelter roof is curved to symbolize the image of the bow. Trees from the park are used to construct the roof and benches in the venue. Shooting area is a concreted area and has a thermal barrier pavement to prevent holding heat. Athlete shelter, shooting area, and natural grass were constructed by Tokyo Metropolitan Government and is now managed by a designated company. This is the image of legacy use. I would like to thank all the people involved who have contributed to this for our sports. Here is the final field of play next to the ranking round field. We are still leveling the ground, and temporary construction for test event is on its way. The closest public transportation will be Shinkiba Metro Station, 8 minutes walk to the venue. The opening ceremony for the archery venue was staged on April 28th with Her Imperial Highness Princess Tsuguko and the Governor of Tokyo Metropolitan Government participating. It was our pleasure that our President was attending our observed the opening recreational event held that afternoon by All Japan Archery Federation. This past summer was unexpectedly hot and devastating typhoons hit Japan. Tokyo 2020 is treating these conditions as a major issue. We have set up with the IOC, the Adverse Weather Issue Resolution Group, to discuss how we respond to various adverse weather conditions. To achieve a safe and secure games, we will formulate comprehensive plans to address which weather conditions. According to Japan Meteorological Agency, with past data, our weather info team informed us this percentage of fair, cloudy, and rainy days during Olympic Games time, and this is the data for the Paralympic Games time. This is the temperature data for Olympic Games time, and this is the temperature data for Paralympic Games time. The wind in summer is mostly from south, approximately average of 3 meters per second, but when it comes from north in the late afternoon, it is the sign of rain coming, for your information. Please see the video of Tokyo, Tokyo, for you to have some image of our city made by Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Engagement program Let's 55. 55 is represent the number of sports for Olympic and Paralympic Games, is developing well thanks to our partners' support. Concept is 55 in Japanese is Go Go, engaging with the public, let's go for the sporting event. The program has a variety of sports, shown in this slide of an event we had in huge shopping mall when we did the Try Archery. Our partners and local authorities are promoting and creating momentum. You will be able to see Tokyo 2020 on the building, wall, station, and taxis with Tokyo 2020 number plate and airport arrivals already. Sports pictogram has been released. Please see the image video of Olympic sports pictogram. This is the pictogram from Olympic Archery, and take a look at video of Paralympic pictogram. This pictogram is for Paralympic archery. Mascot Sports pictogram was also released. Our Mirai Toa and Someiti is now an archer. The torch relay will start March 2020 with the concept of Hope Lights Our Way and will go through all Japan, taking 121 days. One part of the torch is made from aluminum construction waste, which was used in the temporary housing of Great East Disaster earthquake in 2011. The shape is after a well-known flower of Japanese cherry blossom. The fire from 5 petals will form one strong fire in the center, showing the beauty and strength of our country. I would like to open the floors for questions. Are there any questions? To close, I have one more videos to show and share with you. Here is the strong message from our leader of archery in Japan.
エルドナー会長をはじめ、世界アーチェリー連盟総会に出席の皆様、こんにちは。内閣総理大臣の安倍晋三です。いよいよ来年、2020年、東京オリンピック・パラリンピック競技大会が開催されます。競技会場となる夢の島公園アーチェリー場がすでに完成するなど、大会開催に向けた準備は順調に進んでいます。選手の皆様に最高のコンディションを提供できるようお約束いたします。日本国が一丸となり、世界中の人々の記憶に残る大会となるよう、最高のおもてなしで皆様をお迎えしたいと思います。来年、日本で皆様とお会いできることを楽しみにしています。
I thank all our partners. Also, I would like to appreciate to our federation, Mr. Hatta especially, and to the World Archery Federation for supporting us with great team. Thank you all for your patience. I really look forward to see you in Tokyo. Thank you very much, and good shooting for these championships.
Thank you, Yuko. Thank you for an excellent presentation, and we'll tell your boss, Mr. Koji, that your presentation was better than his presentation in Gold Coast. So congratulations. So, as was shown in this excellent presentation, Tokyo is on track, and we really look forward to the games. We will have the test event in July. At the moment, there is more than 120 people registered for the test event. We, however, anticipate that this number could reduce depending on what is happening here in the coming days, when people will qualify or not qualify teams for Tokyo. So this will have for sure an impact, and together with Yuko and her team, we are following up. So if we can ask everyone that makes changes to coordinate with Yuko and with Karsh and the whole team to make sure that we are able to deliver a good testing. Now, I would like to draw the attention as well. It will be an event, meaning that we expect some challenges, but that's okay. Here to get it right, and we will see fantastic Olympics in Tokyo. We could take many pictures of the branding here in the city to show to the branding what to do around the archery field. So look forward to seeing fantastic archery competition in Tokyo next year, with hopefully many of your countries present, However, we have to be realistic, 128 places. We were lucky to have 56 countries in Rio. Who knows, maybe we'll be 57, 58, but that means that there is also more than 100 that cannot go. This is a shame, but this is the reality of sport. So I wish, on behalf of World Archery, everyone success in obtaining places, and there will be always the next games for the ones that don't get Tokyo places. Paralympics, the same, are well on its way. We are discussing with IPC on the broadcasting. We think we can have better broadcasting on Paralympics this time, and we look forward to working with IPC on that. Our board has given us some assistance on that, and we'll coordinate with IPC, with whom the relations are better than ever. Coming then to a quick update on Paris and LA. We are working really well with Paris 2024, and I also thank the French Archery Federation for their excellent cooperation so far. The fact that we are going in 21, 22, 23 with the World Cup stage to Paris, and it had to be Paris, is a great example of that. And we are looking now with Paris 2024, with the French Federation, how we can best maximize this, I would say, 3 years of experience for the Paris Olympic Games. In 2023, it will be at the same venue as the Olympic Games for what concerns the finals. So we look very much forward to working with the French Federation and with a former, you're never a former, you're always an Olympic champion, with the Olympic champion from '92, Sebastian Flüt, working on this project, and he will also very much be involved in Tokyo 2020. Los Angeles 2028, for many, you might think this is far away. It is the day after tomorrow. And we also look forward to working with US Archery on this project because, like I said, it's the day after tomorrow. And we really want to make sure that we get the best possible event also in Los Angeles 2024 for Olympics and Paralympics. And we will see how we can maximize the results of that event. We had many discussions in terms of strategic planning in some of the workshops and critical success factors, and I think it's important that together with US Archery we put certain of those things in place for 2028. That's it for Olympic Games. Youth Olympic Games, as you know, we will have Senegal in 2022, which will be challenging for many reasons. One reason which we explained yesterday, that we have a serious issue with the National Federation there. There's other challenges as well, but at the same time, Youth Olympic Games is also about the learning experience, and I think it's also time that our athletes experience Africa and discover Africa. I've been at the African Youth Games. I was very pleasantly surprised, and absolutely in the good sense. And I think we will have that same experience in Senegal, although the road to it will be not that easy. So with that, that's an update on the Olympic Games, President. We can go to the next subject.
Thank you very much, Tom, for your clear explanations. My friends, now I would like to invite our friend Lars Pedersen for recommendation of discussion on Archery World Plan.
Well, I will ask Lars to come forward, as well as the other presenters of the different workshops, and I'll give a small introduction, and then I will ask the 4 presenters to also give a little bit more feedback. Actually, it's more than 4. We had, I think, 8 presenters in total, so if we can, all of them come forward, an introduction, and then I'll ask any of them if they want to add something special to what was discussed in the different workshops.
Because
So I tried to go to all of the workshops in the last 2 days, and I must say that what I saw was very promising, and it looked really, really good to see the interaction. Now, one of the best moments that I've experienced in 3 out of 4 cases was when delegates opened their famous envelopes from Mexico 2 years ago. And for many of them, it was a little bit of panic. What did we commit to 2 years ago? And what was really in the envelope? But I would say the reaction when they opened and they realized what has been done in the last 2 years was very positive. And I think this is a great message, not only for today, but also I think we should tell that message, all of us, when we go back home and say, hey, in Mexico we committed to do this, this and this, and today we can say without any discussion, we did these things. Maybe not 100%, I heard 70%, I heard 40%, I heard 60%, but it clearly shows things were done. So that was in one workshop. We heard great examples of online measurement of key performance indicators where all members can see what the federations are doing. Great initiative. We saw many discussions on the new campaign the Dutch Federation is putting in place here with the Heroes campaign. We saw also many discussions on safeguarding and the clear realization that some are ahead of us, and for some it was a discovery of the actual matter. So it shows that we have to do more there. And then also on para-archery, I think it was very good to hear from the different people on what para-archery is doing in their country. And I think for some, again, it was they're far ahead of it, others are discovering it here. So having said that, I think I'll give the floor to each, I would say, of the groups to add something to it.
Madame, s'il vous plaît.
I think I'm somewhat of a fraud because, in fact, Dominique Holman was the organizer of the presentation, but he's also TD for this coming tournament, and so he's gone and left me to it. We wish to say to you, para-archery is the future of archery. We have got enormous numbers of people around the world who have, for whatever reason, some disability, and it has been proved over and over again that archery is really, really successful in bringing these people into a more regulated, more organized, more pleasant and exciting life. So please put yourselves out into your own countries, talk to countries near you and so on, and let's have a huge increase in the number of para-athletes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Neil Armitage from GB. I helped with the strategy session, and I think one of the key takeaways from the strategy session, from the questions, is that it doesn't matter whether you're a big, rich member association or a very small, poor member association. We all need a plan. We all need good governance, and following that plan will bring great results, I believe. Thank you.
So Tom and Neil already read a strategic workshop, so there are a few things to add. We have clarified also different points, what is an objective, an action plan, and so on. But simply, I would like, as you said, Tom, to report that we have shared good example of good implementation, good progress, we can be very pleased. This is why I ask you, please, forward our thanks to all people in your federation who contributed to this progress, volunteer, your staff, elected people, whatever. Please forward our thanks. Thank you, and good continuation.
I would like to say thanks to all of you because my topic is something that we are learning still as well, and the feedback was very useful. Feel free to reach out on any of these topics even after the workshop when you go home to contact our staff in the office because if we work together we are more efficient, we move forward faster, and that's the whole goal. And about that, I would add something. I'm not sure if the message has already reached all of you already, but we are hosting the online calls every month now, and the target group is member associations. You are the target of this. It's every month a different topic, and Tom and other staff members presenting. If you're not yet aware of that, let me know. I'm the one sending out the notifications. I hope the participation will be bigger in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. And on the final workshop, the member services workshop, we had a lot of good discussion, and we kind of ended up at that many of the services that you provide your members could be in two parts. One is the more traditional helping with courses and seminars and bringing equipment, and all that is still important. And on the other hand are the services which are more driven by technology, where you change your systems, your processes, and makes it just easier for your members to be with you. And that could have a huge impact, we heard from different federations. That includes also the whole aspect of communication, where as traditional media, where archery, as a relatively small sport in many countries, cannot beat football or basketball, then leave those traditional media aside and you go on your own media channels and you create your own channels. And that's, if you really do well there, then archery can actually compete with those bigger sports. One of the very good examples of doing that we heard from our Dutch hosts, and maybe Arnold, you want to conclude this?
Of course I want. We want to take advantage of the World Championships in our country because we're proud to host the World Championships. Because, and that's also what I said in the workshop, archery, that's sports, an arrow and a bow. It's your freedom and your fantasy, so everyone deserves to be a hero. Free your mind, and that's the conclusion of the workshop. Thank you.
And again, many thanks to, especially, I would say, the member associations that helped to contribute to this, because without them we wouldn't have been able to do it. So many, many thanks to all of you for preparing these workshops, because that took a lot of time. And thank you very much for this. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Again, thanks all of you. Tom, any permissible business do we have?
Sorry. Yes, we had, I'm sure, there's one thing that I would like to draw your attention to is that we will send you in the coming weeks, for sure, more information on our progress on our online training system. So we will have, and you see here, a few slides of the current login. And if we go to the next slide, please, you see here already some of the modules of the judge training. And I thank the judge committee, and especially the newly elected member of the judge committee, Graham, for the work he has done on this training. The idea behind this training is to make sure that people can prepare for our seminars, and that the number is minimized on site, as well that there is a pre-selection prior to attending those on-site seminars, and that we have a better quality teaching in the future. So this is something we have two people in the back here working very hard on that, Pascal and Juan Carlos. And we also have Carlos Freitas from Portugal, and then I mentioned Graham Potts working on this project. And the idea is that we will run for the coaches level 1 a pilot program later on this year in English and early next year in French. And we will see how we can also have other languages added in the future. With the judge committee, we will also see how we can use it in their next judge training, and it could also be something that could be used at national level to assist with the judge training as such. So this is an important project for the future, and is showing what we are doing for training of our officials, both judges and coaches. So that's something I wanted to add. Now I don't know, Chris, have you been able to do? Okay, we will send it later then. So this was the other permissible business I would like to raise at this stage. Thank you, President.
Thank you very much, Tom. My dear friends, now we come to the closing part of our Congress. I think we had a well-organized and very fruitful Congress in the 2 days in this wonderful place. And we took some really important decisions for our future altogether. On behalf of my colleagues, our executive board, first, I thank you all very much for attending the Congress and for your continuous contribution to our great sport. This is very important. And we have a very good family, and our good harmonization and friendship in this family is another big advantage of our sport. This is our reality. My special thanks for our hosts, Dutch friends, both local organizing committee and Dutch Archery Federation, for their great hospitality. And now again, all together, let's thank them with our applauses. Last but not least, I thank our World Archery team under leadership of our Secretary General, Tom. Several times I mentioned the same thing, but this is a reality. They did their best for having a very successful Congress. Thank you, Tom. My friends, now I declare our 53rd World Archery Congress closed, and I wish you safe travel home. Of course, if you are still here, please enjoy your stay here in this wonderful place, and also I wish best of luck for all our athletes. Thank you very much again.
So just two practical information. So we should have the buses ready by 5 to go to the venue. And I also need very quickly our newly elected board, so the 2 newly elected members, Jean-Michel and our Chinese friend, to come here for a very, very quick board meeting bylaws.